My name is Lila, and I was the oldest of my three siblings. I had always been very close to my mother since I was a child. She was the warmth and love that filled our small house. But fate did not spare us. She passed away suddenly from an illness that gave her no time to recover, and our home was filled with grief. I felt the loss the most, and I found myself suddenly responsible for the whole house, caring for my father and my brothers, Kareem and Raid, hiding my tears every night so that no one would see. I tried to appear strong for everyone, but my heart ached with sorrow. I longed for my mother's embrace, her voice, her smile. A year passed after my mother's death, and my father was drowning in grief and loneliness. He became silent most of the time, sitting in the yard, staring at the sky, as if waiting for something that would never return. One evening, he told us in a quiet voice, "I have decided to remarry." We were all shocked. Kareem remained silent. Raid cried and said, "Father, please do not marry. She takes care of us like mother did." I tried to remain composed and said, "Do what you think is right, father." I did not want to add to his burden, but a strange feeling told me that this woman would not bring any good to our home. A month later, my father married a woman named Huda. She was beautiful and spoke sweetly at first, but in her heart, she carried hatred and jealousy. From the first day, I noticed her glances toward me, and sometimes I could hear her whispering words, wishing my happiness away. I felt the jealousy growing like a fire inside her. Every day, she deliberately troubled me over the smallest things, accusing me of neglect or arrogance, trying to make my father doubt me. I cried silently and prayed that God would guide her. I never imagined that she would go so far. One ordinary day, my father left for work with my brothers, and I stayed at home cleaning and organizing. In the evening, Huda returned late from the market, dragging her feet, pretending to be angry. She entered my father's room screaming, "Shame on you, Salam! Shame on you and your daughter! I saw with my own eyes something unbelievable." My father froze in place and asked angrily, "What are you saying? What did you see?" She said, "I saw a young man leaving her room with my own eyes." I shouted, "No, she is lying. No one entered my room." But my father did not listen. He looked at Kareem and ordered Raid to make her swear on the Quran so we would believe her. Raid told her, "Come and place your hand on the Quran and swear if you are telling the truth." She hesitated but said, "I will do it." She went to perform ablution, and I watched her, my heart filled with fear for my father and myself. She knew she was lying, but she continued her act and placed her hand on the Quran, saying, "I swear by God, I saw a young man leaving her room." The words hit my father like a thunderbolt. He rushed toward me shouting, "Lila, how could you do this to me?" I cried and shouted, "Father, I swear by God I did not do anything. No one entered my room." But no one believed me. Kareem looked at me angrily and said, "You brought shame upon us." My father grabbed my hand and ordered Kareem to bring the knife. Raid cried while sobbing, "No, father, do not harm her, please." But anger blinded my father. We all left the house, heading toward the forest outside the village, the place my father often went to clear his mind. I followed them, trembling with fear. My heart almost stopped, and I could hear Raid crying, "Father, do not harm her, please. Wait until I return and put on my shoes." My father looked at him and said, "Go back quickly." I ran back to the house, panting, my heart pounding, and when I entered, I saw a sight I could never have imagined. Huda was on the ground, screaming and crying. Half of her lower body had turned into a goat's body. Her legs and torso were covered in hair, while her head remained human, but her features were distorted with pain. She was hitting the ground screaming, "Forgive me, I lied on the Quran. I wanted to get rid of your daughter. Forgive me." I ran to my father shouting, "Father, hurry, hurry." He did not believe me at first, but he ran back with Kareem and Raid, and when we reached the house, we found Huda writhing on the ground, half goat, screaming and crying. "I lied to God. I wanted to get rid of your daughter. I swore falsely. Forgive me." My father approached her, trembling, and said, "I will never forgive you. You made me doubt my daughter and myself." I cried and said, "Father, I forgive you. Do not cry." He held me tightly, crying deeply. That night, we did not close our eyes. We prayed and cried, thanking God that He revealed the truth before any harm was done. I looked at my father and thought in my heart, may God never let anyone believe liars as he believed her. Years passed. I got married to a good man who truly loved me, and my father lived in constant regret, never forgetting that night when he almost killed his daughter because of a false oath. Raid grew up and became an imam, telling our story to the people and always ending with the words, "God delays, but never neglects." And those who swear falsely on the Quran should know that the justice of heaven never sleeps. Whenever I hear him repeat it, I cry silently, not out of fear, but gratitude that God saved me before my blood was shed unjustly and that truth ultimately prevailed.